It's a very noisy cat, I will say. Hi. You want to come meet the people? Are you camera shy? You want to come up? Hi. Oh, hello. Yeah, you want to say hi? No, she just wants to sniff at my Malibu rum. Say hello, everybody, Meowschwitz. Hi, everybody. This is Meowschwitz. She's our boyfriendo's cat. She's come to live with us at long last. She's a black beauty. A very noisy one at that. And she's already peed in the bathroom. So she is definitely marking her territory. We were warned that this would happen, though. I will say that. Deco, YouTube just recommended me Jean-François Grippe. I hope I pronounced that right. Live stream he's doing right now. Ugh, what year is that? Is he even still relevant? Honestly. The last interaction I had with the man, it was on the Worski live debate that I took part on. Anyway. So, I know not many people were there for game night when I mentioned this, but my landlord conceded his stance on no pets in the apartment due to certain tragic circumstance. We were allowed to bring Meowschwitz home with us on New Year's Eve. So, I'm particularly happy about that. It's a good time. Tonight, I am drinking an orange dreamsicle. It is a cocktail of my own design, as some of you might know. It is however much Malibu coconut rum one can tolerate, and orange juice. You may get pulp-free, low acid, or whatever it is that you prefer. Personally, I prefer the pulp-free, low acid type stuff, just because that's my preference. But they have different variations of it. So that's that. Babe, what are you drinking tonight?
Beer.
Same old, same old?
Beer.
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 You're gonna watch Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
I'm debating it.
Do it. Do it. Do it. It's number 10 in movies today, babe. You gotta do it. I can't believe okay, so we watched last week we watched, it wasn't one of the holiday movies that was promised, but we watched what was it? We Can Be Heroes?
Yeah, We Can Be Heroes.
Yeah.
It's the second one.
It's not really, I don't know how it ties into the whole universe. And I don't think it technically qualifies as a sequel to Shark Boy and Lava Girl, but Shark Boy and Lava Girl are both in it. The original Lava Girl, at least, is in it, and Taylor Lautner is not in it, and therefore, we salty. We very salty about this. But it is what it is. Yeah, Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Flashback, throwback to my childhood. I know not many people, in my community that I've cultivated here on the internet are as fond of it as I am, but that's because typically y'all tend to be a little bit older than me, and Shark Boy and Lava Girl is like right in that range of my age group at the time that it came out, that it would have been enjoyable to my age group, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Shark Boy... The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl came out in 2005, which would have been when I was 7. So yeah, it was right around that time in my life that I would have been super into that kind of thing. So yeah. Deco. It was recommended from this video. Lol. So my channel is essentially endorsing that of Jean-François Grippe. How flattering. Wonder if he's still fucking potatoes. We don't know.
How do you fuck
Frankie
potatoes?
Goddard. FBIs are the greatest cocktail. What's an FBI? Can someone, give me heads up on that? Oh, hello there. Yes, hi. She's come back to me. You want to hop on the desk and say hello to the people again? You're a camera whore, aren't you? Oh. Please get off the keyboard. No, you just want attention. Oh, that's a cat butt. Gokado asked, "How is the tech job going, Weebo Jones?" Well, for the 3 days that I was on the job, it went well, and then we had like a kind of winter break thing going on for a week, and so I go back to work on Monday tomorrow. So I need to get a good night's sleep tonight. So this cocktail hour will likely only be the hour and a half that we have so vehemently ignored over the past several episodes. I believe we're in the hundreds at this point, but I haven't been keeping track. Anyway, are you still in heat? Is that why you've been acting so affectionate and rolling all over the floor? Because that's the position. She's making the position, babe. She wants some dick.
Well, give it to her.
I
Nice. Why do you look at me?
Well, she's your daughter after all. I wonder if this microphone can pick up the little meowings and noises that she's making. Anyway, that explains a lot, actually, because she has not left me alone all day. I've been bouncing all over the apartment, doing shenanigans, prepping for the next week of other shenanigans, trying to get us back into the grind of, well, not a 9 to 5, 4:30 to 3:30? 4 o'clock. Because that would be when we wake up, and that would be when we get home. Back into the grind. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Well, actually, I did meal prep. I just didn't. Well, I bought all the ingredients. I just didn't meal prep anything. I wonder if I have something easy. Actually, no, you know what? We'll have mustard chili tomorrow, and then tacos on Tuesday. Good? Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Oh, I should probably update you guys. There will be a video out tomorrow. I don't know when I'm going to make it go live, but currently it is available for patrons and channel members in the Discord. I have linked it there. Those people, those individuals, they know who they are, can view it as late as when I go to sleep tonight, so sometime before midnight, before I take down that version. Or no. I will not take down that version. I will just leave it and make the other version go live, because there are 2 videos on the channel. See, what I did was, I did something different from what I usually do. Because this was it's part 1 of the comic book males, hottest movie males of the last 20 years. It's part 1. It's half an hour. And there were so many little intricacies that went into that video. Honestly, it's some of my most involved work, because not only did I have to collaborate with Polly on this, watch 70-some plus movies, and come up with a ranking system, an order, and a way to eliminate several hundred gentlemen from the running. What I also had to do was I had to go all out and figure out how to edit this, including, because it was just voice audio, I had to spice it up a little bit, beef it up, make it a little bit more interesting for the people to view. Can I help you, dear? I'm not helping you with that. Find your own gentleman caller. Anyway, so it's animated. Well, my kind of version of animated, and it's got, like I said, so many little intricacies. I put so much detail, and the end credits are what I'm also very particularly proud of. But yeah, it's a big number. I'm very excited to make it, to premiere it tomorrow. Very excited. But what I did was I uploaded one version, and then I released it to Polly, so he's already seen it, and I released it to the members and the patrons, and then Polly got back to me with little criticisms of like, oh, you spelled this word wrong, or oh, why did you do this thing? And so, did you include Black Widow since David Harbour is there? Delcato asked, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that question, but I think it might have been a joke, judging by the emoji that you used. Sorry, she's giving me the fuck me eyes. I can't. I will not. I refuse. I do not consent. Babe. No! Don't! Do not shoot her with the Nerf gun.
Well, I don't know what you want from me then.
Don't do it. No, don't shoot me with the Nerf gun. Stop it. Let me put my drink down. Stop it. Stop it. Ah! In other news, a boyfriendo got a new Nerf gun. So did I, technically, but I haven't unpacked it yet, so.
It's your own fault.
I've been busy doing your laundry.
Aw, I've been busy doing your dishes.
No, you haven't. Sink's full of them.
It's not full of them. There's like 4 cups and they're mostly yours.
4 cups? Try again.
Okay, now I'm just going to shoot you again.
Stop it. No. You said no headshots.
That's not your head. That's your arm.
No.
Fine, give me a tip.
No. No. Don't stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Ah! I hate this.
Where'd it go?
I'm not telling you. Even if I did know, I'm not telling you. You guys are probably getting some sort of satisfaction out of this. So are you. Do you see what I have to put up with, ladies and gentlemen? Watch your movie.
Well, I would if it was a movie.
Watch a TV show.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, is that chick from that one TV show that everyone
iCarly?
liked? Yeah, iCarly.
Yes.
What's her face?
Yeah, Sam.
The blonde chick.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't like her with a ponytail.
Well, she doesn't like yours.
I'm not wearing a ponytail.
Yeah, so shut up.
Anyway, what was I talking about?
Something not important.
Hey!
What? Where the fuck did my dart
Excuse
go?
I'm not telling you. Oh, fuck, he found it. So this is to be my existence from now on. Fielding Nerf bullets. You know, the box said that you're supposed to, like, keep your target around 120 feet away. Stop! It was empty. You know, it's probably not good for the gun. Like, you're not supposed to dry fire those. Oh gosh, my viewership's probably thinking that you're like, no, stop
There
it.
you go. It's not dry firing now. Oh, I love it.
The neighbors, what must they think of us? Of you?
Then I'm a domestic abuser, but I can't be if you're armed, so.
I'm not armed.
You have arms.
Lord, give me patience. Stop it. I'm trying to enjoy a nice evening with my people. Stop. Put it. No. Point it that way. Point it that way. Point. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. No. No. You can't shoot through this. No.
Bet you
No.
I can bake it.
No.
Let's see. Hold on, wait. Got it.
Got me. I've been hit. I've been hit by a ricochet.
Big shot.
Okay, all right. No more tonight. Please.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Thank you, soldier. So anyway, that is my life now. When I open the P.O. box, can someone send me like a gigantic shield that's Nerf retardant? Anyway. What was I saying?
It's a very pretty man.
Oh, yeah. Polly gave me his little criticisms about where it is that I fucked up in the video. I corrected them, re-uploaded it. So, members still get their videos until whenever the fuck I decide to take it down. And then the actual, like, final product will go live tomorrow at some point. Totally not Alistair Mycroft. Really am enjoying the Weebo gets shot at by a Nerf gun show right now. That's not going to become a regular segment, viewers. Sorry to burst everyone's bubble. If I can help it, at least. It will not become a regular segment. One hopes. Oh gosh, someone posted a Weebo out of context video on the Twitter sphere and tagged me in it. Salty shaker, collarbone cutie. No, this is the wrong headphone. I have the earbuds hooked up. Okay. All right. Let's check this bad boy out. Let's see what has been done to the people. Oh, this was from today. Oh god. Oh god. Oh my god. That is forever on the internet now. I can't get rid of that. I hope no one ever sees it. That's like thinks highly of me in any capacity. Because that just yeah, no. It is what it is. I can always just explain, hey, it's my cat. She be not spayed, therefore she does the thing every month or so. How often do cats go into heat? I wonder. But yeah, it was funny because New Year's Eve, we were supposed to bring her home, but we couldn't because she was all hot and bothered and therefore would not get into the cage. I mean, like, she doesn't go in the cage on a normal basis because she has some attitude, which we love and adore. She got some attitude, so she definitely does not like the cage. Like, normal cats don't like the cage anyway. Cole, when he was alive, R.I.P. in peace, my dude, he hated the cage because it usually symbolized it would be a car ride. Actually, it always symbolized that he would be going for a car ride, and that boy got car sick. Yashwitz had no such problem transporting her, and she was in the car for a significant amount of time. So we had to drive from our parents' house out in the burbs to our apartment out in the not burbs. Hi, dear. How are you? Don't give me that look. She give me the look again.
Give me a dart.
She's not making the position. She's just giving me a look.
Well, give me one of the darts.
You could not shoot the cat every
I'm
time
not
she
gonna shoot
misbehaves.
her.
I'm getting you a spray
shoot
bottle.
you.
Okay. I'm getting you a spray bottle, though.
I can use it on you too.
You will not.
It's got sniper mode.
You will not. I refuse. I do not consent. Nope. She's making the position at you now. He just threw an unchambered round at her. Nerf dart. For those of you just tuning in. Nerf dart, that's not
I
a
just
bullet.
threw a 7.62 at her.
Stop it. They already think that you want to fuck the cat. Or I want to fuck the cat.
No, you definitely want to fuck the cat.
I do not. I hope our neighbors cannot hear any of this. Because technically we're not supposed to have a cat. No, do not spray her with the eucalyptus oil. She will go fucking apeshit. Père de Bear. Attitude? Yes, Meowschwitz has an attitude. That's her name, by the way, is Meowschwitz. I think that registered with the camera.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
So her name is Meowschwitz, and when she's not in heat, she's usually a little bit bipolar. She kind of wavers from I need all the attention to Do not. Oh! You're just egging her on now. Stop it. See? She is not pleased. Ooh, she hissed at you. You deserved it. That's what you get for smacking her with a pixie stick. See, I was using it to play with her earlier.
I played with her.
Smacking her on the butt while she is assuming the position is not playing. I don't know what world you live in.
A funny one. One where I currently hold the Nerf gun and you don't.
Babe, the whole show cannot be you shooting me with a Nerf gun. You know that, right?
It's your show. I'm the one with the Nerf gun.
I hope it breaks. Anyway, so by attitude, I mean she kind of fluctuates between, what would you say, super affectionate and get the fuck off me, don't touch me?
She doesn't frequently fluctuate between those two. It's more of, I'll let you look in my general direction, and how dare you approach me?
Yeah, she's a princess, though. We adore her. She's doing the flippity-floppity on the ground right now.
In heat scratchies.
Yep.
You do the same thing.
Gee, thanks.
You're welcome.
So how is everyone this fine evening? What is everyone else drinking?
Not enough, apparently.
No. This episode got super weird the moment I started it. Where is my other co-host? By other co-host, I mean my actual co-host. Not you. Or the Nerf gun. Am I antagonizing you? Is that...
I think there's still one in the chamber.
Good. I hope it breaks and never comes out.
Okay. There was nothing in there.
You dry fired at me. I hate it when you do that. I actually felt something brush up on my side.
Sure you did.
Anywho.
Do you actually want to feel something brush
No.
up on your side?
Stop it.
Stop what?
Stop antagonizing me.
Why? Your other co-host isn't here yet.
We said no face shots.
I'm not aiming at your face.
You were.
Just getting into position.
Ah! Assume a position out there. Away from me.
Over there, but not here.
Away.
Over there?
There you go.
Over here.
No.
Are you sure?
Stop. I hate this. I hate this so
Love
much.
you.
Oh, hey, babe. Can you get the laundry?
I didn't hear your phone go off.
It's going off right now. See?
You said I'd hear it.
Babe.
You said I'd hear it.
That's because I was going to be doing the alerting. Look, it's going off.
Yeah, but you said I'd hear it.
You smartass. It's going off.
No, I still got 27 tweet. Wow, it's giving me so much more time.
Negative time. It went off 30 seconds ago. Pair to bear. You guys are going to find it easy to keep your children orderly. We're not shooting them with the Nerf gun.
Yes, I am. Again, the whole point of a Nerf gun is to shoot them at people.
I disagree. It's for Nerf gun battles. Sanctioned Nerf gun battles.
Every battle is.
Did she pee?
No.
Okay.
I thought she attacked my feet. And every battle.
You deserve it.
Every battle is a sanctioned Nerf gun battle in my household.
We share the household.
Yep.
Stop. Why do you have such good aim? So that's my life. MK, I remember once wanted to help and inbox some questions which you didn't see read, so I made a reply or tweet. Can you reply me in the inbox? God, I didn't know your audience were such losers. Aw. My audience aren't such losers. That's rude. Did you just come here to say that? Because I told you that, what did I tell you? I can't remember exactly. But I do recall you spamming me with, hey, respond to my personal inquiries, respond to my personal inquiries, respond to my personal inquiries. You know I have a business email for that, right? You could have gone searching for that. Instead, you requested in my DMs, I can't remember exactly what, but I do believe it was advice. I don't answer my personal DMs to people I don't know. And for a very good reason. Because there are creeps on the internet, and I don't know who the fuck you are. If I know who you are, like, I don't know, if it's Ranting Monkey that wants to DM me, then sure. But I don't keep my DMs open, and that's because I've had experiences with assholes. And look, you prove to be one. So it is what it is. Pear to Bear, is he testing your parenting skills? I guess. You know what's really, really grinds my giblets? It's that he can tease me all he wants because I'm highly reactive, I guess. But he is just so passive about that kind of stuff. It is what it is kind of deal. Like, babe, if I were to hold you under cold water, would you freak out like I freak out?
No.
Exactly. He does that to me. Quite frequently, actually. It's rather disruptive, but it is what it is. You know, I actually, right before this, the reason why we were like 2 minutes late to the show is because I was in the middle of doing laundry, and he comes in with a Nerf gun, and he just starts taunting me with it again. This is what happens when you give a adult child new toys, is that they want to play with them. Well, if it's a Nerf gun, obviously you have to find someone to play with. And I'm the only adult in this household, or the only other person in this household. Pear to Bear, he holds you under cold water? How? Well, there's one way, but that's not very entirely family friendly, is it? I'll let you guys speculate as to what that means. Michael Hatfield. Good evening, Weebo Jones. Hope you enjoyed your new year. Yes, actually, I did. More than last year, because I didn't get trashed this year, and I didn't throw up, and I didn't have a hangover.
Next to my bed.
Well, where was I supposed to throw up, babe?
Outside.
Outside?
Yes.
I couldn't make it there. It was literally straight shot from the bed to the sink, and it was immediately.
We do that outside.
There was a bar in my way. And a door.
It was not. You were just too drunk to walk around it.
Yes. Because, like, I don't know if you've ever been to that point of drunkenness where you see, like, 3 different things at the same time. And so, therefore, my progress towards the door would have been greatly encumbered by that bar.
If I ever held your hands, you probably wouldn't be able to speak.
Bad. Are you mocking my hand gestures? Sir!
It's like you're trying to operate a deformed marionette.
Oh, hey, look, it's my co-host. Now I don't have to get shot at by a Nerf gun anymore.
I can still shoot you.
No, you
that
can't.
Means nothing.
It's rude. It would insult Polydub, right, Polly?
I've been backstage for so long.
Lies and slander. I literally just turned that direction 5 seconds ago.
Waiting and waiting to be noticed.
15 seconds is not that long. Stop. I'm getting antagonized by 2 different gentlemen at the same time.
Do you feel lucky?
No, I don't feel lucky.
No? Oh, you don't feel lucky to be with me? Polly, help. You don't understand terror until you're living under the roof with a person who has a Nerf gun who has absolutely no self-control with it. And he's a little bit of a sadist, I will say. How are you, Polly?
I'm doing all right. And yourself?
I'm living in fear.
You're terrorized?
I am in fear for my sanity, at the very least.
I was gone a long time ago. Maybe about 6 years.
What? What does that have to do? Wait, what are you talking about?
Oh, you're saying he was long gone.
about 6 years ago.
My sanity was okay. He drove me insane, Polly. So if you're ever wondering why I am the way that I am,
Me.
Yep. All right, go watch your TV show.
Oh yeah, Polly's here. I don't have to talk to you anymore.
I mean, you do. That's not what I meant. Anyway, Polly, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking an energy drink right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of energy drink?
A Monster. It was on sale. I don't like Monster.
You don't like Monster? Then why are you
Well,
drinking it?
I don't dislike it. It's not my favorite amongst the energy drinks, would be the best to put it. It's the green one, the original one.
Ah.
It tastes like vague citrus is what I would call it.
Vague citrus. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of energy drinks. You know, those things can kill you over time.
I've heard that.
Can't
Also
confirm.
heard-
There's many studies.
I also heard that about cigarettes.
Cigarettes can also kill one person and
And-
several other people because of secondhand smoking.
Yeah. And
You know what
space
else?
travel,
You know what else has a 100% fatality rate?
life.
I was going to say breathing oxygen, but that works too.
Mm.
El Boyfriendo's submission to that answer pod is Kurt Cobain has a 100% fatality rate.
Yokado says marriage. Yeah.
Marriage has a 100% fatality rate. Hey now. That's rude. What?
Fuck you.
You were looking at me. I thought maybe you wanted to say something.
I was just listening to you.
Oh.
I won't do that from now on.
No, I want you to listen.
What?
Help me. Polly, help. Help me understand the mind of guys. Because obviously I'm
We all share one brain. It is not my turn to use it.
So yeah, I heard that monster drinks can kill one person over time. Over a significant amount of time, though, I think. And it has to be enough of them. And I think the person also has to be in, like, a compromised health in order for that to ring true.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Gokada's talking about Aussie New Zealand energy drinks. He says, get a P.O. box so I can send you these things. I wonder how they're different. I'm actually curious. Are they just
Maybe
different
they're-
tasting, you think? Or do you think they got like extra? Because what are the funky
Maybe they're made of marlamite.
Mylamite?
Is it Mylamite? Are you sure?
Vegemite or
Is it
Marmite
Vegemite?
or Marmite for the British.
Marmite?
Marlamite. I don't know. That sounds like something you would make like a flooring material out of. Marlamite.
Oh, wow. I thought I said that right, and I said it not right at all. Marmite. Marmite. You know, I got sent that in the mail once.
Flooring
What?
material?
For real. Like, in a P.O. box package from one of the lovely viewers here.
Oh man, the oldest Dolomite. Yeah, that's guarana and taurine.
Are those the names
Stimulant.
of the thingies?
Yeah, and then ginseng, but it's not in significant amount. Ginseng isn't present in significant amounts to be like relevant. It's just there to say, hey, there's ginseng in there. And you guys have heard that that's a energy providing herbal from Chinese medicine, right? And it's like, yeah, but in much larger amounts than they're present in this drink. Taurine, Inquisitor, like Quiz, he's very much not in favor of taurine. You should hear him go off about it. That's what gives you the jitters. I'm like, yeah, but what's cocaine without energy drinks without jitters?
What's cocaine without jitters? What are jitters like? Okay, so when I have too much caffeine, I kind of get like twitchy and high heartbeat, a little bit higher energy. Is that what jitters are supposed to be?
Yeah, jitters are like your hands shake a little bit. The kind of like edgy, not being able to sit still, and your hands have a mild shake to them. We're not talking, tardive dyskinesia levels of jitters here, or Parkinson's level of jitters. They're just, and for some people, they find that really uncomfortable. Inquisitor's one of them. Me, nah, it's part of the ride, man.
I don't enjoy it. It's not my favorite experience. So I try to avoid drinking too much coffee to get to that point, because it does not take a lot for me. 2 cups and I'm like,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Small person.
Well, yeah. I think it also just has to be the different people, I forget what I was saying that. I think it was on Noir Bar a couple days ago, or maybe it was in Voice. I don't know. I drink. But my mom, any kind of painkiller, opiate, whatever, like Tylenol 3, boom, out. 1 Tylenol 3, and it's like fucking heroin for my mom. She's just like, and it's, yeah, she's not a big person at all, but that's not it. It's metabolicism.
Yeah.
It's just different drugs hit people in different ways. And caffeine just doesn't hit me very strong. And then add on to that, then I'm a coffee drinker and an energy drink drinker and a fan of espresso. And a
fan of espresso. That's just caffeine, though.
It is. It is. Yeah. But what I'm getting at is that I've developed a tolerance for the caffeinated caffeines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my favorite ones are called Red Eye. Platinum is my favorite one that I have. Riffy that I niffy out of flavor, but others that are great too. God damn it, I gotta enlargenate my screen. The text
I gotta enlargenate my screen, he says.
I have hold on here. Make it bigger. I had it smaller because I had 3 things on the screen at one time, and one of them was the browser window, so it's very, very small.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, everyone's here. Brad Jones is here. Gilcotto, of course, and Platty's
Of course,
here.
they all show up when you show up.
Oh, and Pear to Bear's here, and Mike Trudell, and
hello,
Backstand's here, and look at everyone's here. Holy shit!
Hey, look, Polly, we have a new co-host.
Oh, it's a putty.
He's a putty cat. Her name is Meowschwitz. She's slightly cute right now.
You did not name the cat Meowschwitz.
I did not name the cat Meowschwitz. That jackass over there did. Love you.
So somebody actually named the cat Meowschwitz?
Yes, a boyfriendo named the cat Meowschwitz.
Wow, that's the kind of thing that'll end your time on the internet.
Wasn't my decision. She came with the name, so we just tolerate it. I still love you though. She's in heat.
Really?
Which will explain a notification that you received on Twitter at some point in the near future when you go and watch it. Hang on. I have to disabuse her of the notion that I will.
Purring and cooing away.
Yep, because she wants some dick. I have to disabuse her of that notion. 1 sec. That did not work. I think she might like this.
Is she too young for the span?
No, she's too old. She never outspayed.
Oh.
Is there one more on my butt?
So wait a minute. She's too old for spaying, but she's still in heat. So like, isn't there a cat menopause?
So how old is she?
7.
She's 7, and she was never spayed. So she's kind of like she's in her adulthood phase.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I've never had a cat that was not reproductively crippled. So I don't know how to like deal with this. Exactly. Other than no, she did not have any kittens.
I said hello to you, Evolved Potato. Or maybe I met. No, Weebo probably just talked over me, so you couldn't hear it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Meowschwitz. We still love her, and she's a princess. She's.
So you're not going to get her fixed?
That is not up to me.
Should probably get her fixed.
Should we get her fixed, babe?
Hmm?
The question was, should we get her fixed?
Don't know.
Now that's a decisive man. What? Ask the same question again. Dead silence. I
That's up to you.
don't know. All he
You
said.
got a little bit too, so it's kind of up to you as well.
Well, so what I read about cats and not spaying them or not neutering them is that unless you're planning to breed her, it would be more merciful to do it because the presence of reproductive organs heightens the chances that they'll have cancer later on in life or some sort of like reproductive organ related infections as they get older. So
Cat health.
the more you know. Yeah, because I was curious because I know Dad had Cole neutered, and I was like, well, why would you do that? Can't we have more little Coleys running around? And he goes, no. Mainly because Cole was so danger prone, he didn't want to have to deal with that on like a 12-degree period, but also because he didn't want Cole to be like that deadbeat dad person. Because you know for a fact, like the male cat goes out, impregnates some bitches, comes back, doesn't have to do jack diddly squat about it. Like
Yeah, being a man,
know.
cool.
It'd be like that sometimes with cats. Dogs is a completely different story. I'm not exactly sure how. Well, no, I actually know exactly how dog breeding works because it's relatively similar to that of cat and most mammals and how they breed. But what I mean is like on a more professional level, I know that dog owners kind of like communicate amongst themselves in community circles, and they're like, "All right, are they cousins? No, okay, let's go."
What are you babbling about?
Huh?
You're babbling, woman. What are you babbling about?
Dog breeding and how it works.
Yeah.
Like in the professional sense of the word, not the actual like physical act of the coitus between the dogs.
Okay, so let me tell you something, Chad. Let me tell you. I saw a video yesterday, okay? And it
No, continue. I don't want to talk about this any more than you do.
I saw a video yesterday. It was an unlisted video that I got an unsolicited link for. Didn't ask for this. It was all right, I guess. I don't know.
Wait a second. I sent you a YouTube video link yesterday.
Oh, that's right, you did.
Are you talking about my video?
Maybe.
Are you being a dick? Have you just insulted my honor, sir?
Women don't have honor.
I kind of do.
No. Affairs of honor are affairs between men. Women don't have honor.
That's sexist.
Men defend women's honor insofar as they have any. That's you got
Wait.
to learn how.
So men defend women's honor, but women don't have honor. How does that work exactly? If women don't have honor, then how can a man ever defend a woman's honor?
Women only have honor insofar as they need it defended by a man. I'm not making this up. These are the rules of chivalry. Like your honor is your.
I don't believe you.
Hold on. Your virginity is your honor.
And I definitely don't have that. That's just honor, if that's all that it is.
Because I'll say that like a woman has lost her honor or had her honor stolen from her. So yeah.
Rough.
Well, chivalry is interesting if you look it up. Actually, if you're curious and read it to it, talk about rights and responsibilities. It for every
Like this.
yes, for every high privilege gives somebody for something, there's a huge obligation that comes along with it. Like it's a weighty system of don'ts, man. And naturally, it's the system of chivalry and an ad with a POC female right there. That's great. Makes sense.
Code of chivalry described by the Duke of Burgundy. That should be virtues that should be exhibited in the Knight's Code of Chivalry were as follows: faith, charity, justice, sagacity, sagacity. Polly, how do I say this word? You're smart.
So small. I got a bonehead.
Huh?
Michael Trudell's. Probably a bonehead.
Oh, it's better than what was said in the chat earlier.
What's that? Sorry?
It's better than what was said in the chat earlier. Someone insulted the honor of my chat.
Really?
Just a little bit. Yeah. They're like, this chat, your audience sucks. And I'm like, you're just salty because I didn't want to talk to you on Twitter one time. Which is exactly how that worked.
Oh, is that what pushed that conversation forward that I came in and heard? Holy shit. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh, and hang on. So here's the story. He said, I remember once wanted to help and inbox some questions which you didn't read. So I made a reply in your tweet. Can you read me in the inbox? Or can you reply to me in the inbox? God, I don't know your audience were such losers. Oh, I didn't know your audience were such losers. Can I read much? No, I can't. Then he goes on to say, it was a long time ago. I was called everything racist like Bob and Vagina guy, creep stalker, blah, 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 because I'm Indian. That was the most horrible experience I ever had. Well, I'm sorry if that was the case. But he did spam my mentions with reply to me, reply to me, reply to me, reply to me. So that's not how you get the attentions of a woman folk. Or her audience, for that matter.
Oh, shit.
I said charity, not chastity, Abaddon.
It's a little late for that.
The people.
Yeah, you know what all those things were, right? In the Code of Honor. There you go. It's fine.
I don't know what sagacity is. I'm going to look it up right now.
Sagacity, as I mean, it's like insight, perceptiveness, seeing through the heart of a matter.
Wisdom, intelligence, astuteness.
See? How'd you do on your English SATs?
I actually took the ACTs because that was what my school had. Sure. But I got a 31 and a 33 on the, what was it? The reading and the writing portion, or the writing and reading in the English portion. So I'm pretty sure it's math, science, English, and reading, and then there's a writing portion. But the writing portion I'm not counting as one of my scores because it was 22, 25. 31, 33, or 32, 33 in terms of scores. So I averaged 28, which is a good score. It gets you into most colleges, barring like, what are they called?
Shitholes like Harvard?
Yeah. Shitholes like Harvard.
Well, you can just go with shithole. I'm okay with that.
These shitholes.
Fuck Harvard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it just bugs me because whenever anybody wants to reference the top school, they're at Harvard, and I get that it is the most highly ranked school inside the United States, but it's just, ladies and gentlemen, there are far better options. I never applied to Harvard, and Harvard has gone the route of being just internally corrupt organization beyond all repair. It's an SJW nightmare. You want a good laugh? Look at the course list that they offer. It just goes on and on and on, and the courses are like examining whiteness in the postmodern era of individual artistic endeavor. Like, it's, what? You offer a course in that? You pay professors like 120 grand a year to teach this? It's just crazy town.
I never even bothered to apply to it because I thought, no way in hell am I getting in with my want of connection and my well, I didn't think I was academically that good. I mean, like I was good, but I wasn't that good. I could get into a decent notch school, not a top notch school. But yeah, no, I didn't even bother. Cause I don't want to have to play that game that I see in all the movies of like, okay, now you gotta network with everybody and it's highly competitive and you gotta like, I don't know. I've seen movies and I can't for the life of me remember what kind they were, but like, you ever been academically sabotaged by another student?
Yes.
To some degree?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't want to encourage that at that level, at college level, because I didn't want to have to put up with it. And even though I didn't go to a prestigious, top ranked in the nation, oh God, what is the name that I'm?
Ivy League.
Ivy League school. Thank you. I still got burned by a bitch, academically speaking.
It's
Senior
okay.
year, up until.
In every Ivy League, there's a Dartmouth.
In every Ivy League, there's a Dartmouth. Isn't okay? Yes, I guess.
Dartmouth is the forgot. Like, it's a great university. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that about it. It's just when you say Dartmouth, they're like, that's not an Ivy League, and it's like, yeah, it is. No, it's not. Yeah, it is.
It is though. Doesn't Ivy League actually depict a school like the origin of the term Ivy League comes from people who had a rowing team? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's an athletic association. That's one of the reasons that Dartmouth is there, and that's why they're all geographically close to each other. And why aren't any of the great universities that are just a little bit more to the south? How come they are? You can draw like a circle on a map. There's a very small circle in the northeastern United States and circle all the Ivy League schools. It's because it's an athletic association. They had to be able to. All right, we're going to get up and we're going to go have a crew team row off, whatever. And they had to be within traveling distance. That's all it is. That's all the Ivy League is it's a school that's developed a high level of prestige, and what it is actually is an athletic association. But I mean, what's wrong with fucking there's so many other schools that are fantastic. Carnegie Mellon, the entire UC system, University of California system, like UCLA, USC, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, unfortunately, they're all tainted now. Every single university with either SJW-isms or it's all fucking parents, rich kids that got in there because of the amount of money that they donated. There was an entire episode of Sopranos that was just dedicated to the chicanery and shakedowns that go into making sure that your kid gets into a well-known university. SATs have very little to do with it.
Oh yeah, at that point, when it gets to that point,
said,
yeah.
Zombie Tay says, "You cut me deep, Polly. Granted, I got kicked out of Harvard, but I still attacked." Hey man, fair enough. You got into Harvard, good on you. It just I find it incredibly obnoxious, a certain percentage, and it's larger than a lot of people seem to stop and think about. That a certain percentage of the chairs of incoming freshmen are not decided by SATs or scores or letters of or anything. Your application, they're decided by, who you are and legacy status.
Yeah, who your mommy and daddy are. The reason why is because of donations.
Absolutely. That's exactly it. How did
long-standing legacy students oftentimes come from very loaded families, which means plenty of donations because everyone likes a building in their name.
They've done the math. If your parents went to Harvard or Princeton, right, and you go there, the chances of you donating as an alumni are much higher than if they didn't. And their entire reason for existing at that point is to continue on to exist. Their alumni office and their grants and donations offices are institutions unto themselves on campus. It's crazy town.
Mm-hmm.
So they have gamed the system statistically in every way that they can think of. remember my ex-girlfriend going to a university, and she was I remember I told this story before, but yeah, she was there at the same time as her brother at this university, and her tuition was half, but he was several years ahead of her, and he graduated, and then her tuition doubled because the legacy is no longer going on, because if both siblings go to a university, again, they know statistically over time you are much more likely to donate and in larger amounts.
Yeah. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Did I ever tell you? Okay. So, you know how after you graduate from university, the letters, they start coming from your university of like, you could make a difference in someone's life, or are you feeling generous? Would you like to donate? And how much? And then they come, as presumptuous as they are, with a return envelope included in the actual letter itself.
That's pretty presumptuous.
How much would you like to make a check out to?
I get stuff from the alumni associations of the universities that I've gone that I've been a student at, but never grant requests in that way. The grant requests I get come in the form of phone calls and emails. But so I've never gotten the return envelope inside the envelope. That is pretty presumptuous. I love that. That's good.
I know, right? Well, my school's old fashioned like that. And not to mention, I don't think they have my current email address, and they just bunked my school email address, so it no longer exists, so I can't use it to access anything. And therefore, letters are the best way to go. But I no longer live at that address, so I just get my dad to give me all of the mail from my school and be like, here's a letter for you. My dad also, while I was still going to the school, he never attended, but he got letters all the time of like, would you like to make a donation with the return envelope included as well? And now we both get them. But we get them at the same location, so I don't quite get them. I get them forwarded to me. But yeah. So they're pretty on top of that.
Nostradamus. That's a good point. Or tainted by Chinese communists. Yeah, good point. Good point. Yes. That should have been the biggest. Look at the size of the scandal it was upon entry. Lori Loughlin and every other rich person out there faking their kids into. It's Lori Loughlin's kid that they put her in a fucking. We were just talking about crew teams, right? Oh, sit in this boat. We'll make it look like, you know, when you take a picture, and oh yeah, she's part of a crew team. Oh well, there's her athletic box checked when she was not involved in that kind of athletic at all in row teams or particularly collegiate kind of athletics that they want. Yeah, and then the huge donations and all the other games and lies that they played into the provosts and approval officers for acceptance. Oh, that's a huge scandal. They talked about it every day. How about all the fucking professors and researchers that got busted working for a bunch of fucking commie Chinese officers of the Chinese government? Who talked about it? Well, Tucker Carlson. And then some wackos online. Oh, great. Well done, news entertainers. The system of American university research where, like, outside of the pharmaceutical industry and the aerospace industry, like is related to aerospace in general and defense, the majority of research in the country happens on university campuses. It's absolutely infested by Chinese espionage, and no one talks about it. People are arrested and charged for it. Nobody talks about it.
Well,
what the fuck? It's not a conspiracy theory. It's just
it is poor form to discuss the misgivings and unfortunes of your comrades. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, we don't want to talk bad about China because Donald Trump is hard on China, and I really believe that is it in part. Not full on, but in part. If Donald Trump said the biggest danger in America is, I don't know, let's say he made a big deal of forest fires, that he had talked about them a whole bunch. Maybe it's overstated. Okay, let's talk about this really. Let's bring on some forestry scientists that we've already interviewed so they know that they totally agree with us and hate Donald Trump. It's a natural process, and yes, there is some arson, but it's limited. If Donald Trump said forest fires are completely overrated, they're not a big problem, they would go the exact opposite direction. Why did you start me talking about news entertainers, Weebo?
I didn't. You did. Because you started talking about commie-infested universities and their professors. I'm just like, but I want to talk about more alumni bullshit.
No, chat did. Chat
Well,
brought up
yeah.
the commie infestations.
But who read chat?
I pay attention to your audience. I don't know why you don't.
Oh, I do. Gokato's asking me why I didn't give a Forever Uni email. I didn't know they did that. But they don't do that in my old school. It's because once they're done with me, all they care about is getting more money from me, obviously. Plus, it's a small private institution, right? And it probably costs a fuck ton to keep those servers alive with the emails embedded in them. I'm not 100% how that works, but I would assume that that's the case. Like, my old job deactivated my old email, the one that I just left in favor of the software engineer position. They deactivated my email the day that I left. So, I mean, I'm lucky I got
you
as
will not
many
hack our systems.
Oh no, what am I gonna do? Seriously,
Let's get back to this video that I watched yesterday.
Oh, the video that I sent to you? The one that you're so enamored with?
Now, I get lots of video links.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you think that it was your video I was talking about?
Because I sent you a video link yesterday.
So did others.
Okay, so what video were you watching?
A little presumptuous and full of herself.
Naturally. Have you seen?
Well, you have reason to be, because it was her video and it was awesome. Chat. It was it's an outstanding video. I could say that and just be like, oh well, Weebo's awesome, but no, legitimately, I was watching this video and I'm like, okay, you know what? I need to work harder. That's when I know a video is legitimately good, when I feel in competition with the person. Like, I got to do better.
It's a competition between me and Polly now. Our collabs are going to be like a constant push and shove of like, oh no, I'm going to outstage you this time.
Yeah, like there were some really good choices made. There was some really good editing done. The intro and outro sequences are not your average. I feel bad when somebody puts that much effort into something visually and the looking of it and stuff, and then you find out that 60% of everything is consumed on mobile devices and no one's ever going to see the screen, and it's like, oh.
Well, that and also most of the visual aspect of the intro and outro sequences was already done for me because it was Adobe stock graphics. I'm just like, how can I make this work for me? And so I just changed some of the color, used different font, put some music in there, and I was like, yeah, looks good.
Were the music Adobe stock, or was that Pro Scores? Where'd you get it from?
I grabbed it from YouTube, royalty free. Actually, not royalty free, copyright free. So there's a difference between royalty free and copyright free. Royalty free is you only have to buy the license once, and copyright free is you can use it on a whim. You just have to credit the author. Excuse me, for the most part. Sometimes a royalty-free artist will just release it to the world copyright-free too. But those two things do not mean the same thing. You want to look for someone who's like, free to use, just credit me. That's what you got to look. And usually that's in the description of your videos. Mm-hmm. And they will be pretty
Teddy says, but Polly just talks about doing videos and hopes that people forget. That's not true. There's a Navy SEAL copy pasta read that I didn't tell anyone I was going to do, and it's up there, and it's got original art.
Ooh.
Thank you, Far. So that's not true. Yeah, you can go to my channel. There's videos up there. There's not a lot of them, but there's in terms of like pre-made edited videos. I know what you mean. Mm-hmm. I'm working on one now. Another live read. The fuck this quote video. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. How's the rest of our collabs doing, Polly?
Which ones?
So I believe we have several in the works.
For instance, the Twilight commentary.
All the Twilight ones.
Yeah, okay. I didn't really think of that as a collab though, because those are just audio tracks. If somebody wants to, unfortunately, sit through the Twilight movies. What other ones are there?
You remember that professor that we both just absolutely just ripped apart? I think this is several months ago.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to that over again. I have ever set ideas aside and maybe I'll come back, but it didn't turn out nearly as good as I thought it was going to.
Mm-hmm.
We got to talk about it. It's not like it was a complete loss. I pointed out to you that was Can you believe that this guy's teaching American history to your children?
Yeah, that was a fun like back and forth that we had that night, and it went a lot longer than I believe you anticipated.
A
Which is
lot.
probably why you're not enthused about the editing process.
Zombie Teddy's fucking saucy tonight, man.
Yeah. Well, what do you expect? He just wants that, you know, Polydub original content. Come on, let's put it out there. All right. I mean, hey, at least someone likes your videos enough to be like, Polly, when's the next launch? Polly. If you didn't have that, then we would have a problem.
Yeah, I can't complain. It's not like it's a motherfucker. Stop making videos for Christ's sake. No, but all jokes aside, you're releasing it tomorrow, Weebo?
Yeah, tomorrow. Part 1 comes out, and then I think I'm gonna take 2 weeks to edit the next part because it's equal in length, and I'm gonna do just as much with it. But I won't have an entire week's worth of break to do the thing, so it'll have to be released midway through January. And then, yeah.
The hard part, when I say like the editing, like you guys will see it, but like you have to have the experience of taking an hour and a half of conversation and turning it into 45 minutes and making it coherent. It's clipping and I mean, Weebo, you've done it. Like it can be rough.
It was a pain for whatever reason. Your audio didn't match up with the OBS audio, and I have no idea why that was the case.
Syncing is a bitch, right?
Yeah, the syncing was a bitch, but I found that after I had lined up the 2 audio tracks, so yours and mine, the OBS audio just kind of became irrelevant. It was just there as a reference in case, but I didn't need it.
Right.
The most difficult thing that I found and I realized is that these headphones suck ass because you can actually hear your audio out of my headphones getting picked up by the microphone in my audio. So every once in a while, you can pick up on that.
You know what's funny? One time, Jack quiz myself recorded a video, and if it wasn't for Inquisitor's mic picking up the audio, my and Jack's audio from his headphones, I wouldn't have been able to make that video because he tried recording the reference video and messed it up somehow. I forget what he did by accident, but I had no reference point. But if you turned up the volume, you could hear Jack and I talking on Inquisitor's track. So,
Yep.
So it kind of saved the audio bleed saved the video.
Well, I mean, in that case, it worked out. And in this case, it also worked out because all I had to do was just cut my track where it was that I wasn't speaking so that I didn't get double of you. And it worked out. So long as we didn't talk over each other, it wasn't a problem. Every once in a while, though, you can hear Polly talking right before Polly actually talks. Or right after Polly actually talks.
Yeah.
So that was fun to figure that out.
You do make it sound like a very, very smooth edit, though, overall. Mr. No says, can you link the collab in chat? No, I can't. It's premiering tomorrow, right?
Yeah, that collab is premiering tomorrow. I linked all of your stuff from the previous collab we did that inspired this one in the description of that collab. Like I said, it is going live tomorrow. Super excited for that to launch because it's been a year in the making.
Yeah, 249 videos, whatever the hell, movies rather you watched. It's an intense effort, and there's a really good payoff at the end. I actually really did like it. It's really well done. But you know one thing that Weebo couldn't fix, chat between you and I. You want to know what she couldn't fix?
What?
Her constant mic thumping. That's the face of recognition, chat.
He's not wrong, is the thing. Well, you try sitting there for like 2 hours straight, just having a conversation, being comfortable, just like this, and not knocking your knees against your desk. It happens, okay?
I hear you. It's hard. That's why people have those weirdo rubber band suspended microphones trying to limit that you see them using. And Minosa's Polly Weebo's. It'll be premiering on her channel. It's her video that I'm just guesting on.
Yeah, so to mitigate the mic thumping, you know what I'm probably gonna have to do is get like some sort of pedestal to hold the mic on top of. That way, that usually mitigates the mic thumping because the vibrations from the desk don't go directly into the mic stand. They go into the pedestal and then into the mic stand. But by the time they hit the mic stand, like there's nothing there. It's already been absorbed by the pedestal. I know that for a fact because that's how I used to mitigate it in other places too. But I'm gonna have to get something to mitigate that. So that will be an upcoming purchase for the channel.
I believe Weebo's using graphics interface all the way. Go call.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Angela, how's it going?
It's technically, if you want to get really, really technical about it, it's collab between myself and Polly and the art styles of Far. Because I grabbed, I'm using my avatar, and then I snagged some leftover channel art that she had for Polydub's avatar, and I'm using that too. And then I had her make like 2 or 3 more images because I needed a laughing Polly. Because I don't know if you noticed, but you're really angry otter in a lot of those pictures.
Well, yeah, because they were drawn for like the lawyer otter picture. That's what I call it. That's what we ended up calling it. Yeah, the majority of that live read is very angry. So yeah, it's.
You know what? It is what it is. I had hoped that you wouldn't be too offended by the framing of you as an angry otter type for the entirety of the video, but that was all I had.
I can't, because I didn't know that Far had done additional ones, including laughing faces and smiling with the eyes flat. Like, I guess I would call that amused consternation or something like that. And so I'm watching the video, and then there's one point where I start laughing, and the otter laughs. So I'm like, oh my god, original otters! Like it was great.
Yep.
It was really enjoyable. And watching a video that you really like, for me, it's a strange thing. There's people out there that it seems like there's nothing they enjoy more than being critical nitpickers. I'm not going to name names here.
Hey.
Well, I'm what?
Yourself
I'm
and
not,
myself.
I'm actually not. Well, actually, I'm not even thinking of you or me when I say that, because I know what a critical nitpicker actually is. You know, you put a piece of work or art in front of someone, they're like, "All right, I already spot 3 problems," and it's like, Jesus.
The shadow's on the wrong side of the scarf.
Well, that's a good example. But that's not the one I was thinking of.
No. That wasn't nitpicky, though. That was just me being a dick. Being like, Polly, how did you not notice this? You, of all people, should have noticed this.
Well, knowing the kind of person that Weebo is, like, you know, that she's very, I don't know how to call it. Like, it would really bug her if something that she should have noticed but didn't notice slipped through. So I'm like, you misspelled this, you misspelled that.
Yeah.
And I felt bad
those.
telling her because it's going to seem like I'm nitpicking, and I wasn't actually nitpicking. I was just thinking it's going to bug her way more than it bugs me. So,
especially if someone else pointed it out after it premieres, and I'm like, but now I can't fix it. I really wish you like said something, but you didn't say like. So, thank you for telling me. I fixed it. I have configured the video, recompiled it, and re-uploaded it separately. So the members version is still live. The edited, updated, correctly spelled everything version is the one that will be going live on Monday.
I'd be careful about saying everything. The internet is full of, as Gil Cotto describes, some detail-oriented people. So I'm sure that there's stuff that I missed where it's
detail-oriented.
Yeah.
That's what
someone's checking. You fucking moron! You misspelled this. Oh my god, unsubbed. Yeah,
I actually misspelled Henry Cavill's name as well.
I didn't notice that. Did you?
2 L's instead of 1. So yeah, we fixed it. It's okay. Not super salty at all. Because, you know, I'm glad that you pointed it out and that I had a chance to correct it. I think I'll do that same thing with the second part as well, where I'll let you premiere it before everyone else and be like, Polly, how does this look? So I can make edits and corrections per, you know, whatever.
Weebo just wants compliments because, like, I'm DMing her as I'm watching because it's like, what, 26 minutes long?
No, it's 32 minutes.
32 minutes. Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like I'm writing compliments, like I was like, this is really great, this is really great, and then I'm like, okay, small criticism number 1, and typing it out. And like, so she woke up to like this posse of, or came back to this entire list of statements. Weebo just wants to be complimented. That's all that's going on, Chad.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Come on, show me a woman that doesn't also like compliments, and I will put my whole fist in my mouth.
All right.
Were you waiting for that?
Thexosaur is like, only the truly gifted will notice. Good for you. Is that like, are you using truly gifted, like exceptional individual? I'm feeling that
You're so exceptional, Polly. And only the truly exceptional individuals of our time will notice. Oh, thank you the next 6 minutes for the donation over on the Streamlabs. This girl's been working very hard to bring you some awesome stuff. Premiere Pro is no joke, and she's logging some serious minutes in edit. Highest of high fives, weebs. Much damn respect. Hey, y'all, check out our merch store and sub for great stuff. It's a lot more than just some serious minutes. It's like some serious hours. Ask our boyfriend, no, he knows he was there the whole time. He's watching his movie, though. He's busy. But yeah, it was a lot of hours.
You're okay with him watching hentai with you right there?
Yeah, it's fine.
Huh.
No, he's watching something from Netflix. I don't know what it is. It's not a mistake. It's an Easter egg. Yeah. So, Polly, look. I got a chair cover for my chair. So that now it's no longer blue, and it blends in with the bookcase behind it.
Oh, nice. You didn't want to get a green one so you could chroma key it out, make it look like you're floating on a cloud or something?
Well, no, because what's going to happen is it's going to get covered up again. So what is coming in the mail is like a fur rug / throw blanket thing that typically would be just for decoration, but I'm going to kind of sew it into this cover so that it kind of goes all the way up to here and it just kind of stays there. Just to kind of be a little bit more decorative and original and such, because I want to be that extra bitch. And also, I find for like sitting in a fur thing to be very comfortable, because I don't know if anyone remembers, but the old house and the old chair had something like that on the back of the seat more often than not. She's back. Whenever you notice something like that, a wizard did it. Yes, precisely. A wizard did it.
You know what? Okay, boom. There it all is. Just to give you a sense, and I was about to say it's not bragging, but fuck it, it's bragging.
Yeah. Are we comparing video edit?
Sort of, not really. We're literally comparing, like in terms of their likeness. So here's the Sony Vegas file for the Hot Women of the MCU that I did. And I opened it up just like to show the sheer amounts of edits that are involved. Like, yes, okay, all the graphics for the pictures. And you could see the countdown numbers, because I don't know if Weebo is going to do this in her video, but I had font consistent letters with the comic book curation logo where it'd be like number 3 that you see fade from the back. That's, yeah, because I'm awesome. But look at the amount of audio edits that are involved. Like, it's cut. Like, it's not just, we only talk for a short amount of time before it's this one right here. The one on top is me. The one on the bottom is Weebo. And it's like, there's times where I have to cut Weebo out talking because we're talking over each other. And like, just the list goes on and on. And oh yeah, Weebo, remember when I said there's times when you're laughing? That that's what this layer down here is fake Weebo noises. So
well, they're not fake because they're genuine Weebo noises, but they are inauthentic in that was not where they were originally.
Correct. That's so. Oh yeah, there's more of them down there. Here's all the times you're going, or just saying yeah, or okay, or whatever.
Agreement.
Just statement of acknowledgement, because I needed it as a segue to move into the next thing, because I jump over like 2 minutes of stuff. So just having you go, at the end of a statement makes it sound like okay, I can just move on to something totally different now and keep it going. Like, just look at those edits, guys. It's just hours and hours and hours of click, 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 click. Like, oh, Jesus. And if you'll notice, I don't know if Weebo gets into this, but you end up doing stuff like this too. I'm not sure what the screen resolution is like, but the volume and the fade ins and stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's not just putting the two clips together. It's sometimes somebody will all of a sudden pop the mic like that. They'll lean into the mic or talk too close, and you have to adjust the volume and notice the volume levels are not the same for each individual one. Oh God, it just goes on and on and on.
Well, so anyway, I don't do it nearly like that. I have an actual.
When somebody edits video, there's a lot of pain in it. If you're a special individual like Weebo and myself, and we're special, I mean exceptional in the bad way. It's gotta be just so, and so you have to, it just.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So since we're comparing audio or video files, this is what the Premiere Pro version looked like for part 1. Part 2 so far looks like this. That's about about 32 minutes and 15 seconds. But this is 32 minutes and 13 seconds.
Okay.
Of just so many things. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different like audio layers, just kind of getting tacked on top of each other. And then visually, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different visual layers, which is how you know it's like a big deal. Because I had to go in Photoshop and finesse some images for this and take out the background for certain parts of it so that you could kind of see it, like a transparent image, if you're familiar with those. I had to blend certain images to give it that sort of effect that I really wanted. We talked about this, Polly, in chat, and you guys will see it in the video. And you can't see it very well, but right down here, like the 4th layer or whatever, just underneath the long 3-hour track here, that's a constant just white noise barrage. There is this little like audio track thing right here. You see these? And those edits too, those are like individual transition noises that you get with each and every aspect that I'm showing you graphically on the screen. You guys.
That reminds me. I have questions. We're after we're off stream. I have questions.
Okay. You have questions.
I was typing numerous things out like, this is so awesome. I have questions. Like, I want to know how you did that. I want to know. Thank you.
As you can see. Sorry.
No. Next 6 minutes. Thanks again for being part of my end of your vibe stream. No, it was a lot of fun. Fist bumps, as always, my good sir. Oh shit, my screen refreshed. Hold on, give me a second.
Oh,
why did my screen refresh? I don't know. It just did it automatically. Windows 7, man, it's got quirks. Always a great guest. Hey y'all, if you want more of that awesome mod or action, sub to this classy gent so you can get combo curation and noir bar plus enhanced chi. Yes, I will enhance the chi and edify your chakra. Thexosaurus says once you know how to proper audio, you notice everyone else's mistakes everywhere. Yeah. You know what goes along with that though? Like
what?
when you know how to do audio editing, it stands out to me more than video editing does, because it's like you could have fixed that so easily. I feel that people move beyond. Like, why didn't you cut out that cough? Live streaming is one thing, but like when it comes to like audio editing, Far and I are watching a 5-part. It's right now at 5-part series on the history of Onision. It's like him as like a lol cow and all of his strangeness.
Wait, is it from Cecil McFly?
Yes. Yep.
Oh my god, I've seen almost every single episode.
Yeah,
Did she like?
Excuse me. See, edit out the coughs.
Oh my god.
Excuse me. You were saying? Go ahead.
Did she just cough in the middle of her thing?
No, she doesn't. I am not complaining because the amount of research. Okay, she gets a pass the size of a fucking wall poster, man. Because the amount of research that she does on Onision, can you imagine the
Of
fucking
all subjects.
raw material this poor creature had to go through?
Mhm.
Oh, so yeah, she gets a huge pass from me where it's like she's talking and she'll mumble some words. I don't know. Like she'll just pronounce an L as an R, that kind of thing. And I would have done a retake. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't matter. But with some people, they will. It's not flubbed lines so much that stands out to me in terms of audio. It's did you not equalize this? Your voice sounds like completely different at this point than it does at another point. You must have recorded at a different point, and you didn't even make an effort to
get it to the same level.
You didn't even fucking try.
Well,
And
I will say this.
it stands the hell out. Like, and then all of a sudden there's one thing I think people just quick little side note, sorry to cut you off. People talk about why is that sound happening? A lawnmower or a car driving by I don't know if it's just me, but I think people should pay less attention to that and more attention to cutting out their own ahems and ums and ahs and mic thumps on the table and so forth. The background noises just really don't bother me that much. Maybe it's just me. But anyway, sorry, you were saying?
No, I'm a big fan of installing artificial background noises into my audio tracks. Like when you watch the video, you guys will understand. But in order to combat the mic picking up Polydub's voice every once in a while, because we're talking at the same time and my headphones are shit. Oh, hello, dear.
Ooh, it's the putty.
Mm-hmm. She's
sticking her butt in your face. I wish you hadn't told me she's in heat because now it makes it creepy.
Yeah, just a little bit. She's standing on the desk. Good thing she's got enough room. Cole could never do this because he did not have enough room. And he was a big kitty. But she's tiny. No, so in order to combat that, there's like a steady underlying audio layer of just kind of, it's not white noise exactly, but it fills that purpose to some degree of being white noise. And I don't know, I like it. I put it in there because
we should talk. I have questions about this. You know, I want to see how you handle that because I know what you're talking about, and we're getting real inside baseball. So I'm curious about how you deal with that and handle it. That's interesting.
It was a lot of fun, I will say. It was a good time.
And by the way, everyone, well, a lot of people are aware of Audacity, and it's a great program. Considering that it's free, it's just no. The audience is not going to help you out either. Just Jesus, putty.
She's a camera whore. That's what she is.
Well, yeah, that was like a Twitch thought move right there.
Straight up.
Yeah.
You guys thought that I was bad.
Woo.
Okay, anyway, so what were we talking about?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Audacity is a great program, and it has no business being that good considering that it's free. But when you open up the program that it apes off of, Adobe Audition, that's why they called it like, why'd you call it Audacity? So it sounds like Audition because it is just a freeware version of Adobe's audio recording software. Yeah. Fuck, there's some great. Do you use Audition, Weebo?
I don't. When I record audio, it's throw BS. When I'm not doing like a collab between you and myself.
Right.
Yeah, it's through OBS. I should probably use Audacity, to be honest.
Use Audacity, and if not, you should use Audition, and if not, Audacity. But yeah, because I can show you some things that'll make it save you some time once you get over to Premiere.
Yeah.
In terms of overall audio quality and fixing some of the hisses and clicks. And my never-ending sibilance.
Semblance?
That's the noise.
Oh. Well, that's why I have one of these bad boys. A pop filter.
I've got one too. It's I don't know if you can hear me thumping it, but I've got one too, and it doesn't helps with my sibilances.
I mean, it doesn't sound horrible.
it's one of those things that once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Now I hear it everywhere. It just,
I don't know who it was, but there is someone that I talk to frequently that maybe it's at work, but they have like chronic S syndrome, and it pains me. Oh, it was at my old
syndrome.
it was at my old job, and it was it's because we had crappy headphones, but also because no one knows how to fucking talk correctly. And we had the worst microphone pickups. Just the worst.
Oh, well, Thexosaur says you will never sleep once you understand what a de-esser does. Let me tell you something about de-essers and de-eshers. I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it?
I just changed my mind. I don't even want to talk about it. Because like de-essers are to get rid of your semblances, and you will they do work, and they work well. And so it's like, it's semblance, not semblance.
Doesn't matter. It's annoying either way.
Yeah, this is it's semblance, not semblance. This is like the Craig thing over on fucking Alex's channel.
Craig.
Well, I'm on his channel, and he's like, you all say it the same way. It's not Craig, it's Craig. And I'm like, what? He just said the same thing twice. He goes, no, listen to me. It's not Craig, it's Craig. And I'm like, dude, you're saying the same thing twice. It was one of those moments.
Ignorance is bliss, in fact.
Oh, of all potato. It bro. It really, really is. What, like, once you notice something about, it's not even your own others. It's your voice, because it's your voice. It's like, I should be able to stop this. Really, you should do. If you really want to get rid of it, you should do voice train to stop your semblances.
You know, the more that you do that, you're probably pissing off the audience.
Yeah, you're right. I'll stop.
You are not helping your case. They're like, this Polydub dude, he's an asshole. He's annoying.
Oh, there's no M semblance as opposed to symbolant. Okay. Sibilance.
Oh,
okay. Fair enough.
I missed that too, so don't feel bad, Polly.
Gotcha. Well, I didn't even know what the word was until I was like, how do I get rid of that S noise? And then going online and then talking to Inquisitor, who had done a bunch of recording from the time he was in animation school for their audio over tracks for their animation. And he's like, oh yeah, you fight the S's, man, because it's apparently it got to them too. And a de-esser is to deal with just that, but it cuts out the megahertz in your where that's occurring in the audio recording, but that means it will cut out all of them. So adjusting it and tweaking it and blah 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 blah. Every voice recording I do, I'm fucking around with the de-esser trying to limit it. But really, you should just have a proper mic and not fuck it up as much as you can to begin with, and then the de-esser can do a lot more.
Oh, absolutely, because it's a lot easier to mitigate all of the editing bay issues that you're going to come across and try to fix if you mitigate them before you make the recording.
Am I ploding the mic today, Thexer?
I don't know. I think you were just a little bit when you were doing the semblance stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
One way or another, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will extend my pop filter so I can't get nearly so close to the mic. There we go.
Now I'm hearing just the S's, says Zombie Teddy. See, I'm sitting far enough away from the microphone that it's less of an issue now.
Yeah, Pair to Barrow's right on. He's like, it's the M.
Sorry, a boyfriend had just showed me a very, very accurate meme, but we're not married yet, babe. I'm not supposed to be feeling that yet.
Keep off my side of the bed, woman.
You're always on my side of the bed. Don't
You
give me that
lie.
fucking bullshit.
You lie like the way you came out.
How? How did I come out?
Feet first? I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm old, not that old.
I'm not. I'm younger than. Okay. Anyway, Polly, have you ever had to like? Okay, so you make a recording, and then you import it, and you start going through the editing process, and you're like, you know what? This recording is such shit. It would just be easier if I re-recorded it and didn't fuck it up this time. And then you proceeded to do exactly just that.
Sorry, I was just reading. I was just trying to. Pair to Bear went full meditation. And Gilcado said, "Don't smack your lips into the microphone like my coworkers and staff video conference meetings." And I'm like, "Do I do that?" Was he saying, "Don't worry about that. As long as you're not doing that, it's fine." Sorry, I got caught up. Have I ever recorded an audio, Weebo? You said, and
well, and you import it into you use Sony Vegas, right?
I do.
And you just start going through the editing process, and maybe like a sixth of the way through the video, you think to yourself, you know what? It would just be easier for me if I re-recorded this whole damn thing and didn't fuck it up this time, and then proceeded to do exactly just that.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I've done that too.
You know what I did yesterday?
What did you do?
Okay, this is a little inside baseball, but okay. I'm the New Year's Eve Noir bar that I ran. I said, you know what? I need some new donation pop-ups. Not because the old ones are bad. Just I actually just want to switch them around a little bit and throw in some new ones and stuff like that. So I'm grabbing some clips from a movie that I want to use, and I'm doing so now. Imagine if you have the audio and the video from the movie in one layer. You copy and paste because you want to leave your original audio and video where it is. You cut the section up and you move it down to beneath it of the audio and video of just what you want. So now you've got a copy of that little 15-second section beneath it.
Yeah.
I start editing it. And okay, I'm clipping out this, I'm clipping out that, I'm clipping out this. I just save the file, I go away, I do some stuff, did some errands, and then when I come back, I'm like, okay, this is what I was working on. Let me just get back to this. I didn't have the video turned off for the movie above it. So everything I'm clipping is not actually being clipped out when I press play. I'm like, I clipped all that stuff out. Well, of course, it's showing the original from underneath it showing through because they're still lined up.
Yeah.
In other words, I undid 45 minutes of work, continually trying to clip out something that was gone, but I was still seeing it there because it was showing through from the original file. Derp.
Oof.
Big
oof. I think.
Hey, look! I speaking of fucking, I got to restart my computer more often.
Absolutely, you do.
I still have my 2 truths and a lie file open from Norbar.
Yeah, no, not restarting your computer every single day is not enough. You got to restart it at least once every single day, or else Weebo's going to be mad at you.
Patron saint of clear RAM.
Yeah, Weebo, the patron saint of clear your fucking RAM.
Well, when you have MS Word open, if you click restart your computer, I don't know, I've got it defaulted to that. It will reopen MS Word and reopen the file when you restart your computer. This isn't from New Year's Eve. It was only from like 36 hours ago when I restarted my computer.
The sound of the underverse haunt him. What does that mean?
The sound of the underverse haunt him. I just the
meditation.
Pair to Bear's like, okay, I hear it a bit. I hope it's not the semblance.
We hear this is all the time now. You will never not hear it now. Now that we pointed it out to you, audience.
Well, Vexor says 99% of the effort put into production is never seen by the audience. Props those who do it. Your effect is appreciated. You know what? I hear you there. A lot of it is just like the fixation of the person. I hear you. I understand exactly what you mean. And yet, to me, the balancing point of like, when are you done? I try my best to let the guiding principle be any changes I make past this point will not make anybody who doesn't like the video like it, and will not make anybody who likes the video dislike it. So stop. But that's a moving benchmark.
I think the quality of my editing goes up the further into the video you get. It's counterproductive, I think. Because most people don't watch the video past, 7 minutes or so? Or the average audience attention span is about 7 minutes. So, really, if you want to entice your audience into watching your whole video, you got to do it in the beginning of the video, not in the last 10 minutes or in the last 30 seconds or whatever. But like I said, I find that especially if it's a really long video, as I go, the video gets better. Or I don't know, maybe it's because it's a home stretch thing, like only 5 more minutes of this edit, and that's when I get like really creative and invigorated and inspired to do like 8 million different things. I'm like, it's done now. I can move on to the fun stuff. I can create an end credit scene that's just absolutely epic and delicious.
Her end credit scene is epic and delicious. It is.
It is epic and delicious.
It really is. It's
I very seriously contemplated moving it to the front and then moving the opening credit scene to the back, or the opening scene to the back, and I'm like, no. But I wanted to model it after, like the Marvel movie end credit scenes from like the last 3 movies, or at least the last 2 Avengers
10 out of
movies.
10, because that's exactly what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was reminiscent of. I'm like, oh my God, this looks like that. And oh my God, this brilliant woman. It was, I know I'm throwing compliments, but it's because we're watching this. I'm like,
yeah,
I need to do better. I just kept thinking.
Well, I'm glad I could inspire you to feel like you need to do better, Polly.
Yes. Yeah, I'm so glad I could inspire your insecurity.
Well, actually, you know what? To be frank, all right, I will say this, and it should be coming as a compliment to you, Polly. You have inspired me to put more attention to detail and effort into my creative content shenanigans. So that's in Photoshop and that's in Premiere Pro. Like, I downloaded several different types of fonts in an effort to make this video happen, because I'm like, no, you know what? I don't like any of the fonts that I already have, and it needs to be.
Fonts are critical.
And so, Polly, take it as a compliment that the reason why I have brought my A game is because of you. I'm trying to measure up. That being said,
this is turning into a mutual admiration society, and nobody wants to hear that. It's really cringy.
Pat each other on the back.
Yeah. Say, yeah, high five. Kirkata says, do better, but don't you need to do first? Now that's just cool. It's cool. I'll have you know that I'm working on a project that's part of my New Year's resolution that's upcoming and incoming and so forth. And it's big time, and it's not related to anything that I've done before. So, okay, Weebo.
Polly.
I will give you, I want to see how you do with one of these, because you weren't there for New Year's Eve. Norbar.
Calling me out, I see.
No, I'm just saying. So you didn't hear any of these 2 truths and a lie, though. So some of the people that were here did hear some of these 2 truths and a lie. So I won't go over all of them. I will give you a choice of one of 3. I just want to see how you deal with them.
Okay.
So you have a choice of 2 truths and a lie related to the Martin Scorsese directed, Robert De Niro starring classic Taxi Driver. 1 that is related to notorious spy and traitor Robert Hansen, formerly of the FBI, spying for Russia, the Soviets, and then Russia. Or 2 truths and a lie related to hip-hop.
Hip-hop.
You want to do hip-hop?
Do hip-hop.
Okay. You ready? Here we go.
All right.
2 of these are true. 1 of them is false. Which one's false?
Okay.
Number 1. An MC named Redman has a track called How to Roll a Blunt, instructing how to roll a cigar joint properly. Number 2. Biggie Smalls, the notorious B.I.G., has a track called The 10 Crack Commandments, instructing one how to sell crack successfully and not get caught. Number 3. MC8 has a track called Music to Drive By, instructing how to successfully commit a drive-by shooting.
First one, because, and I don't know how accurate this is because I don't do a lot of smoky, druggy type things, but I was under the impression that a blunt was marijuana related, not cigar related.
It is. That's why I said a cigar joint. A blunt is taking a usually cheap cigar slid it down the side, dumping out all the innards because all you want is the leaf wrapper, and then filling it back up with marijuana and rolling it closed. That's a blunt.
Ah. Why not just get the leaf wrapper unused from a manufacturer? So you don't have to waste tobacco.
We're talking about street dudes here. We're talking about like potheads here. We're talking about, like, imagine the potheads you knew on campus. Would you go? You think they're going to call a manufacturer with the foresight to do that in the first place, or are they just going to go down to 7-Eleven and buy a box of Philly or a 3-pack of Philly blunts for like $4?
Aren't these the same engineers that manufacture bongs out of apples?
Yeah, that's at a point of desperation. The famous fruit bong, fruit pipe.
But they could just as easily go and buy a pipe from their local vape shop.
That's also an older school thing, because now you can just buy the leaf wrappers like at 7-Eleven and such.
Okay. Okay, then in that case, I'm going to go with the second one is false.
10 crack commandments.
10 crack commandments is false.
Is false. So your options, just to be clear, are 1, how to roll a blunt; 2, the 10 crack commandments; and 3, music to drive by.
Yeah.
And you're picking 2, the 10 crack commandments by Biggie Smalls and Notorious B.I.G. is false. You're wrong. That's true.
Wait, what was it? 1 was true?
How to Roll a Blunt is a track by Redman. The 10 Crack Commandments is a track by Notorious B.I.G. And Music to Drive By is kind of a trick. MC8, when he was with Compton's Most Wanted, had an album called Music to Drive By, but there is no instructional track on how to do a drive-by. That's the false one.
Yeah, see, that would have made sense.
So, believe it or not, yeah, it's actually a really good track. 10 Crack Commandments, if you go listen to it. It's cleverly put together and very, very well rhymed.
Okay. Maybe if I have an inclination to listen to such musics, then I will.
Musics.
Well, those topics don't really speak to me.
You don't want to know how to sell crack successfully?
Honestly, I don't. I don't need to sell drugs, believe it or not, to be successful in this life. So, like I said, it doesn't speak to me. And I don't even do drugs, so doubly, it does not speak to me.
Go Kados is step 1 through 9. Don't sample the merchandise. Actually, it's you're not wrong. It's number 5, I think it is. Everyone's heard this one. Don't get high off your own supply. Yeah, it's in there.
Well, actually, wouldn't it make sense to get high off your own supply as opposed to literally anyone else's? Because assuming you have a decent supply, or you know what's cut properly, or you know what's not cut, or you can get the pre-cut stuff, right? That's what you can do with crack. Crack is cut cocaine, right?
Sort of. Basically. I mean, it's chemically altered cocaine. It's cocaine combined with water and baking soda, and then heated, and then it chemically changes it into a rock-like substance.
But it's cocaine that hasn't been cut with, like, assuming it's your own supply. You know what it's been cut with, because I know that every once in a while they mix a little something in to kind of cheapen it or make it cheaper. Like, it's not pure cocaine. Yeah, I know that much.
Yeah, when it's been, quote, stepped on, buffer, filler, whatever, baby laxative is very common. But that ends up just being mixed in with the rock. A lot of it cooks out when you'll go to, like, you buy whatever amount, like an ounce of coke, and you're trying to mix it down in a rock, and it'll a lot of the buffer, the filler that's been put in there doesn't cook in. So that's like, you bought like really cheap powder because most of it was just filler, and you end up with very little rock when you're done. But I've said too much. I just
I don't know an awful lot about this kind of shenanigans. Gentlemen and ladies, Gilcado, eventually, if you have a child, you will be fundraising for child school, or fundraising chocolates for child school, which you will need to sell at work break room to get rid of the bloody things. The way that I understand it, because I used to do this too, but with Yankee Candles, is you take orders prior to acquiring the chocolates or the candles in my case. And then whatever it is that you do get, you collect the money for, send out the order, and then get the order and then distribute it to the people who made the orders. That's how I understand it goes. So you don't actually have the chocolates on hand to sell. It is a promise of chocolate fulfilled by the supplier. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's how we fundraised to go to New York for senior trip. It's how I got to see a Broadway show for the first time ever. Fundraising. I don't know what's up.
Well,
What?
you don't need to worry about that because next time. Well, you won't need to worry about it as much because there was $30 million allotted in the COVID stimulus and relief package for Broadway shows.
What?
Yeah, that's one of the infuriating items that's in there. Broadway shut down right now, but the COVID relief bill has, I think it was $30 or $50 million earmarked for Broadway grants.
Okay, so Broadway's like not accepting on-site shows or just not doing any shows whatsoever, because you could still host a show virtually.
Yes, these are for new productions.
Okay.
Like people that are looking to, hey, we've got this Broadway show, and of course you always need producers, right? Funders behind it, like who's funding the new production.
Yeah.
And it's you do grant applications, and this is from the federal government, meaning taxpayer money, to fund stupid Broadway shows that only fucking tourists and elitist artsy fucking New Yorkers with a fuck ton of money will be able to see. And so they'll be able to create new plays where they rewrite history to have a whole bunch of African Americans playing classically white characters, and everybody hails it as being legendarily brilliant. Looking at you, Hamilton. Was it good? Yeah, it was good. But how is this not an example of blackwashing? It's not. It's diversification. Why is it diversification in one direction? The other direction, it's whitewashing. Evil. Because all of history's been whitewashed. Oh, fuck off. Jesus Christ.
I've had that debate many a time. Hi, welcome to my life. Glad you could stay. If you need snacks, let me know. We can supply.
Or like
don't
Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. That completely failed show that like maimed or crippled 2 or 3 of the actors playing fucking Spider-Man because the wire work ended up dropping them to severe injury. Like, and I'm not saying, oh, okay, that show's like sort of like famously bad, but then there's all such like really horrible ones that you've never even heard of. What the fuck is taxpayer money going to fund that crap for? It's a completely for-profit industry that is largely open and available only to New Yorkers and elitists that have the money to go. And your average New Yorker can't see it. I shouldn't say New Yorkers. The average New Yorker can't afford a fucking Broadway ticket. You know how expensive they are, Weebo. How the fuck are you going to take federal tax money, somebody from fucking Indiana, their money, somebody from Ohio, Idaho, Nevada, their federal fucking tax money is going to fund fucking musicals on the other side of the country that only rich elites have the money to even see in the first place? What in the ever-loving fuck? And the question is, oh, well, hey, it's art, it's culture. And listen, I think art and culture are important, but that's what the National Endowment of the NEA is for. Go seek out individual grants. There's all sorts of Chinese drug lords that are looking to fucking launder their money through fucking legitimate things. Get them to produce your goddamn fucking shows. Talking about $600 a fucking a $600 check or a $2,000 check when you're giving fucking dozens of millions of dollars to the Kennedy Center, which is already fucking closed when they've got an endowment in the fucking hundreds of millions. You've got to be fucking kidding me. That eyesore off the Key Bridge, that's what you're funding the fuck out of under a COVID relief banner? Oh my God.
Like what Parrot Bear has to say. This is an essential rant. Someone give Polly a stimulus. Do we have federal funds allotted for Polydub? Anyone? Bueller? I honestly, truly, I'd rather watch like a 2-hour Polydub rant about literally anything as opposed to one of the 2 Broadway shows that I saw on Broadway when I went to New York.
Oh, what did you see?
I saw Funhouse, and then I saw, I believe was it Finding Neverland? Finding Neverland is like the one where the mom is dying and she's got like consumption or whatever, and her children are like, "No, mommy, don't die," and I can't remember exactly how it went, but yeah, she was falling in love, she was dying, she's a widow, and then her children get adopted by this guy she was courting, or who was courting her or something.
Huh.
I want to say it was Finding Neverland. I vaguely remember it, but I remember liking it more than I liked Funhouse, which was about a lesbian who resented her gay father. I'm pretty sure that was what Funhouse was about, right, babe? Oh, he's not listening to me.
Was it okay? Was it good? Like, do you feel that the time was well spent? Were you engrossed? Was it worth it? Like, I mean, you make it sound bad by describing it, but it could be good anyway. Was there good drama? Did it work?
I guess it was in the round, so it wasn't a traditional stage piece. If you've ever seen, like, if you ever go to medieval times, that's technically a show done in the round because the stage is in the middle of the audience as opposed to in front of the audience. So the audience is surrounding all of the stage as opposed to just sitting like in like an oval, not like a half moon shape around the stage. That wasn't one of the reasons why I didn't like it. It didn't speak to me. Like, it was good. It's a Broadway show. It's not gonna be shit in terms of production, but I didn't enjoy the story. I could have done without.
Jedi Ghost Bear's in chat. Let me talk about Jedi Ghost Bear for a second.
Oh.
I don't understand this, man. No. Oh. Because I'm always getting tagged. And I'm not complaining. None of this is a complaint. This is a lamentation for him. This is a proxy lamentation. Always getting tagged for, look what this person said. Can you believe what this person said? Like, different tweets. And it's like, so why is Jedi Ghost Bear going through this pain? Because the things I get tagged with are just, you have to read these people's tweets all the time, and then it ends up tagging like myself and Prospero and Randy Monkey and so forth. And then I read them and I'm like, this is just fucking crazy town. Like one from yesterday. You ready for this, Weebo?
Hit me with it.
Okay. Good and evil are sometimes useful concepts, but they aren't real. Nothing is actually good or evil. Those are just words your brain pastes onto reality. Things are just what they are. If more of us understood this, the world would be less violent.
Good and evil are a social construct? Is that what that boiled down to?
Yeah, if you want to go with I mean, they're definitely arguing for moral relativism, whether they know they're doing it or not. They're arguing for the complete abstraction of the notion of good or evil for completely instrumental or at the very least utilitarian purposes, like, you know, employing a little bit of my philosophy undergrad there. But this is crap. It just let me prove to you that it makes no fucking sense, okay? That this person is just a rambler. This is great. Okay, so somebody says back to them, and this is them kind of being shit posty, but being kind of clever when they do it. They say, if what you said is true, why would we want less violence? It's not good or bad, right? It just is. This was their response to that, the original poster. They said, moving from living abstractly into concretely an embedded experience of this moment is scary for the ego. It asks questions like this one. I assure you that in the absence of that fear, love is perfectly capable of taking care of itself.
Sir or madam? By your own logic, is not love also a construction as well? Like the original tweet, brilliant in terms of not the follow-up.
Yeah, actually, peer-to-peer sums up well. Abstraction to explain abstraction. Yeah. This person is headed really quickly towards either one of two things, towards strict determinism, because they're saying like everything's abstraction. It's just, it is what it is. Okay. But you're eliminating agency in that way, because there's no good or bad. There's just action. If there's just action, then there's nothing but cause and effect. If you accept that there's nothing but cause and effect, then you've ended up with strict determinism, which removes all agency and individual choice and free will. Is that what you, I don't think anybody follows their line of thinking along to those ways. I think they follow their line of thinking only insofar as they can use it to sound deep, to send out tweets on social media, to
sound intelligent, and then
or morally
then
denounce
to
others.
defend it. Yeah, and then to defend their line of thinking, they enter into I'm getting a very distinct vibe of answering the question by not answering the question in any capacity whatsoever at this point. Like, because that was a non-answer. That was an absolute non-answer. That was a, let me just say something for the sake of saying something in retaliation. Because you could just as easily have ignored the tweet and said absolutely the exact same thing, which is nothing.
What kind of makes some
Big sad. Big oof.
Nick Sixpence says, I don't like painting abstracts anymore. I would prefer going back to painting plants.
Honestly, truly, because what is an abstract?
Well, it is just Jay Ghostper says, honestly, I used to be on the evangelical left along with Zach Hunt, who is a treasure trove. He's perfect for Twitter, this Zach Hunt guy. It always getting tagged. And again, not complaining. It's just a fascinating insight, because I couldn't click follow on that guy. Having that guy's stuff come up in my or not inbox, but my feed all the time would just drive me crazy. The peppering I get from Coast Bears is enough. Jesus Christ, the guy with his, he promotes, I'm a pastor, I'm very religious, I'm very moral. None of you understand Jesus or the gospel as well as I do. Listen, critical race theory is the best thing ever. It's like gospel communism. The perspective he comes from, my words, not his, but like that, it's so far left that you well into economic and social Marxism while constantly claiming nobody understands the gospel except for you and people who agree with you. He's the most morally denouncing guy. He's perfect for Twitter, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
absolutely. Speaks in these short, trite little fortune cookie philosophic phrases.
Thank you, the next 6 minutes, for the donation. Happy to hear you're drug free. Here's $1 for that legit coffee fund. I'm also happy to hear that I'm drug free. It's 8 minutes ago, or 11 minutes ago, so it's a little bit not topical, but it is what it is. Sorry, I wanted to get out of the way because I noticed that was there.
Oh, speaking of coffee.
Yeah.
Did
you forget?
Coffee? No. No. My metabolism and I don't know what part of your nervous system, I guess, would remind you that you're not properly caffeinated when you're.
It's the part that has to do with addiction, right? Well, actually, the lack of a certain neurotransmitter being activated by caffeine not being implemented in the brain. Can you just throw it or not? Jesus, ow.
The anticipation that's killing me. Just do it.
He's been sitting there for 5 minutes, just like gearing up to do this, staring at me the whole time, and I'm like looking at him at the corner of my eye, and I'm like, just goddamn throw it.
Naughty swearing. Watch your profanity.
Anyway, I think it would be the absence of, is it the action potential instigated by the intake of coffee that would cause you to be like, caffeine.
Is that what's going on? Is that the so your nervous system is reacting because the caffeine is slowing down the action potential or increasing the action potential at the synaptic cleft, and that's what your body's like, something's missing?
Yeah, and I can't remember which neurotransmitter is activated by caffeine intake, but it would be the fact that it didn't fire like you expected it to, because you're used to a higher level of or a higher rate of reuptake, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh gosh, it's only been, 8 months since I took this class, and I'm already forgetting everything. Because your body increases that to counter the caffeine. The lack of caffeine means the buffer time for signaling to go from one nerve to another is longer. Because your body increases that to counter the caffeine. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Neuroscience is really interesting if you guys ever look into it. Not to become a neuroscientist or a neurosurgeon or even a psychologist, but just if you were interested in how a person's brain works on a physiological level, chemically speaking, it does kind of, it grants you some more insight into how humans work, and it makes you feel more understanding of certain things. For instance, my mother has MS, right? And that is when the myelin sheath that essentially insulates your axons, which send signals to and or from one neuron to the next neuron. It decreases the speed and the rate, or well, not the rate, but the speed that chemical reaction is happening, because there is a lack of that insulation. So I understand better, having gone through these classes and understanding how the brain works. I understand better why my mother does things the way that she does things, or thinks the way that she thinks, or forgets things the way that she forgets them, or just everything is tied to your brain. So if you understand your brain a little bit better, how it works and how it can be manipulated, I don't know. I feel like it makes people more understanding humans, of other humans at least. It's an absolute necessity, personally, I think. Even if you don't forget it, or even if you forget it 8 months down the road.
There it is. In the psychology part of my undergrad, one of my big foci, I've never understood that. I've meant to look into that. It's like, oh, is it octopus or octopi? Well, since octopus isn't a Latin word, either is acceptable, because the I for plural is a holdover from Latin. But focus, I don't think is a Latin word. So why do we say foci instead of focuses?
Well,
because it just doesn't sound as awkward. I don't.
Because in the English tradition, we mesh Greek and Latin words together all the time. Because I believe focus. From Latin, focus meaning point of convergence, from Latin focus, hearth, fireplace.
It is a Latin word.
It is a Latin origin.
Oh shit! Okay, well there you go. All right, that's fair enough then. Foci, it is, as pretentious as that'll make you sound. I come on, that's gonna make you sound pretentious. There's no way around it.
Okay. So the fun thing is, focus does not mean, focus from Latin times does not mean focus from what it is that we understand it to mean. At least in what the immediate brain will go to nowadays. Focus has to do with the home, the hearth, the central part of the household, as opposed to focus being that of what it is that you're paying attention to. So I guess, in a way, the Latin version of focus, it tangentially relates to the current day form.
Huh. Gilcotto says, psychology part of undergrad, you didn't just do, the poli-sci, or was it actually linked to help you understand silly humans making decisions that aren't based on logic? No, I didn't do political science in my undergrad. I double majored in philosophy and psychology. And then my master's degree was not in either one of those subjects. And then my doctorate, which I'm currently working on, is in political science. But my master's degree is related. The field is related to political science. In any case, the one thing that stood out to me is so I did philosophy of mind and philosophy of consciousness. That was my cognate field. And in psychology, I did a lot of neuroscience related to, because you had to do. I went the clinical route, clinical psychology, which means you do the therapy being the practicums for therapy and all of that other stuff, right? And then you have your cognate stuff.
Oh, wait, no, I thought. Oh, yeah, clinical is that. Research psychology is where I hate focusing my attentions.
Yeah. But then you get like, what do you want to choose? Because, you know, well-rounded education in the sense of like in psychology, you can't just know one thing about psychology.
No, you have to know multiple things.
Yeah. And so like, what's the other thing? And I chose to focus on kind of the area that you're talking about, the cognitive psychology and the biology of cognition and consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Because I found it really interesting, and it linked up with philosophy of mind, philosophy of consciousness over on the other side. When I say the other side, I mean my other major in philosophy. So anywho, the thing I thought was the most interesting is how unlike a computer the brain is, and how passed along the computational model of neural transmission is. That was a fascinating thing to me. It's like the amount of people, and not to their blame, not condescending anyone when I say this, but the kind of people that still have a solar system model of the atom in their mind. Oh, the nucleus is in an atom is like the sun, and electrons float around it like a planet. And it's
Wait, is that not accurate? Hang on. That's the only way that I was
taught. The model
taught.
of an atom has been long since abandoned.
When?
Like the 1910s?
Wait. So, like, we're talking like, let me show you an example of what it is that I am so confused by. Like this thingy right here.
Yeah, that's a shit model of an atom right there. Yeah.
This is debunk.
Yeah, that is debunk.
Dude.
I just like the way you said that. I'm not laughing at you. It's like that. This is debunk. That's great.
This is.
You know.
This is how they still teach us what an atom looks like.
Yeah, that's failure, man. Failure of education. That's a poor pedagogy right there.
You're bullshitting.
No, I'm not. Because look, Okato's like s orbitals, p orbitals. Their energy states, electrons, like in terms of like they're moving out further and further. And which energy state are they at? And then valence electrons on the outside. So where are those electrons located? They're not like a planet floating around, or orbiting rather around. You cannot locate where an electron is, even though it is an individual packet of energy with mass, and it has a given electrical charge, which is negative, of course, and you can measure the amount of its charge. And MeVs, I think, is the unit. I can't remember that they use. It can't be located. It's like a solid sphere of energy potential that the electron exhibits while it's in its energy state. It gets really complex and abstract, but yeah, the solar system model is really debunked. It's overly simplistic. It doesn't really actually cover what's going on. It doesn't explain quantum leaps. How is it that when an electron reaches a higher energy state that it moves out further? Because there's no point of transmission. It's literally teleporting, meaning there is no space of time when it moves from energy state 1 to energy state 2. That's what a quantum leap is, other than being an awesome show starring Scott Bakula. It's also
I'm so upset. I am so upset because
I'm sorry, Weebo. I was just using it as a quick example. I didn't think we were going to stay here. I
mean, I'm not upset that we're still on the topic. I'm upset that this is a thing that I didn't know was a thing until just now, 22 years in, and by gosh diddly.
Look at yeah, everybody's like, stop confusing Weebo. It's like, shame the otter. Weebo is disappoint. Polly, you upset Weebo. Sorry, I didn't mean to, guys. I was just, like I said,
I was just using it as an example, and you broke me with that.
I thought Weebo was just gonna like right, and like nod along. I just
because that's literally how I was taught physics in high school, and I'm not that far removed from my physics high school class because I was a junior in high school when I learned physics. So that's what 6 years ago, Polly. 6 years ago.
Yeah, it was debunked decades upon decades upon decades ago.
I feel so lied to. Like, I'm not mad at you, Polly. I'm mad at the education.
Exactly. It's just like we have a better model that is more accurately capturing the empirical evidence that we're gathering from various cathode ray experiments and so forth.
Okay, that's fair. Vilcata says, but probabilistic orbitals are a bit harder to teach kids. I get that, but like high school, come on. I wasn't that stupid in physics. I only got a C.
And Gilcato's not wrong, and you used the word grok in a sentence, so that's that's bonus points. Most kids can't really grok quantum mechanics. No, they can't. It's because they're complicated and weird and ultimately unprovable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, parts of quantum mechanics are ultimately unprovable. I should be very, very careful there. So, no, they proved that perception is an aspect that plays a part in wave collapse in the 70s. Yes, they did. That's true. Anyway,
I have to request that we wrap this up because I have to wake up at 4:30 tomorrow morning to go to work.
All right. Well, I never even got to make my final point. But okay, here's the short version of the story. In the same way that you were surprised to find out that and the solar system model of the atom is debunked and not useful for a whole host of reasons. It's useful as an elementary way of instructing somebody, but it's really not an accurate model at all. It would be like a hand-drawn map of a country from memory. How useful is it going to be? Vaguely, but you don't want to try and sail a ship or drive a car using it. It's so in that kind of way. In that same way, a computational model of brain activity, like the brain is like a computer, is as debunked as that, if not more. Brains do not function like computers. There's no binary language. Neurons do not function like circuits. Only insofar as that they transmit a small electrical charge. Other than that, there is no similarity. There is no CPU inside your brain. There is no RAM that your brain. The list just goes on.
Short-term memory, I always liken to RAM as opposed to long-term memory, which is storage, though. So I feel like that could be an accurate comparison. But to be honest, yeah, the comparisons kind of end at that point.
Yeah, and I don't say that to be like. I say that the way a brain functions is actually far more fascinating. It's not a computer, motherfuckers. It's not to be snotty. It's looking into it. It's like, holy shit, actually the brain's a lot more interesting than a computer. It's wild. There's so many deep mysteries that are still wide open as to brain state activities and mind state activities. And are they synonymous? And the answer is no, they're not. You can affect the brain, like you said, by causing stimuli on the outside, be it electrical impulses or chemical stimulants or stuff to affect brain activity. But why it's doing that and how it's doing that are largely mysterious still. The brain is easily the least understood organ by a long fucking shot. In other words, it's interesting. There's a whole area of biology that's still wide open for explanation and stuff. It's not all solved. I find that great, not sad.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this fine evening. I hope you guys enjoyed the lovely conversations that we had after we got past the part about my cat being in heat. Thank you very much for staying for that as well. And beyond that as well, much appreciated. Polly, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I greatly enjoy your company as always. Good talk.
Good talk.
Do you have anything that you want to shell?
Excuse me. Edit out the coughs. Jesus Christ, Weebo, you're a terrible. You're supposed to be doing live editing as we go. You didn't know that? You're supposed to be broadcasting on a delay and.
Yeah, let me just get right on that.
I'm kidding. No, just my channel in general. It's YouTube /Polydub. That's where you can find me. I think my link's below. But yeah, I'm over there and I'm doing things and I'm working on Fuck This Court live read video, including animated lawyer orders. And plus, the big shill is Weebo's premiere tomorrow. What time are you premiering it at, Weebo?
Should I do it in the morning, early for people, or should I do it after they get home from work?
I don't understand YouTube. I think the prevailing wisdom is let it go on in the morning. That gets you more views, but unless you're there, you can't be there to premiere it. So,
well, I wasn't gonna premiere it because I for whatever reason, I just never enjoy premiering stuff.
Oh, then just have it go live in the morning then.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Okay. Yeah, it'll be live in the morning, and I'm just gonna base this off of what vidIQ tells me is the best time. So, what does vidIQ have to say about this? Because I'm still subscribed to them. Although I'm starting to wonder if I should be at this point. So
As soon
overall,
as tags became irrelevant, it really shot to hell the value of vidIQ for me.
yeah. I guess the peak time on Mondays is between 3 and 5 p.m. So I'll post it before, probably around 9 o'clock in the morning.
Between 3 and 5 p.m. for you personally, or for anyone posting in the United States?
Central Standard Time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it tells you that. So I'll post it before then because that's what it recommends, is to consider posting before as viewer traffic grows. So it'll be in your watch list or in your sub box by like 9 p.m. Watch it throughout the rest of the day.
Okay.
Mhm.
Quaid, start the reactor. I get that joke. Do you get that reference?
No, I don't. I know. I'm such a child.
You've never seen Total Recall?
Oh, I
Don't
have.
say- Yeah, that's remember the weirdo Cabbage Patch Kid in the guy's stomach, Quado? He was the leader of the rebellion on Mars.
Very vaguely, Polly. Not really.
Okay. Get your ass to Mars. You remember that?
Sorry. No. Maybe I don't remember.
Chat, she hasn't seen
very
this
well.
movie. She hadn't seen the movie. It's just making
Oh.
shit up. Trying to be one of the cool kids. I seen that. No, you haven't.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you to all who donated. Thank you to those who liked, commented, shared, and subscribed. Say hi to Meowschmitz, who is probably going to bite me if I pick her up anymore. But yeah, here you go. Say hi, baby. No, she doesn't want to.
Hello, Putty. Cold showers are good.
Cold showers are good. Yeah, okay. If you thought she
For
was
her right now.
moody before.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Cats are not fans of water.
Yeah, anyway, thanks so much, guys. And we will see you when we see you next week. Same time, same otter, same time, same place, same otter, same face.
New cat.
New cat. Yeah. Bye.
Laters.
End broadcast. This is so hard to do around a cat.